Thank you so much for staying with us. We're talking Petrojam, the energy minister, or former energy minister now, and related issues. So many balls in the air. Just before we get back to them, though, here's a little bit more from the Parliament yesterday when the opposition leader was questioning then Energy Minister Andrew Wheatley.
Do you accept yourself any responsibility whatever for the state of affairs that apparently existed in an agency for which you were the ultimate person responsible for oversight? Policy, yes, but to oversee and ensure that good order was maintained. Ministers have the ability, if they feel permanent secretaries are not properly discharging their responsibility, to ask the Prime Minister to assign other permanent secretaries. In and of itself, the existence of that power suggests that there is an ultimate responsibility to ensure good order on the part of a minister. Do you accept or not any responsibility at all for what occurred?
I'm very disappointed to see you come here criticizing civil servants. But Mr. Speaker,
on a point
Mr.
of
Speaker,
order.
Mr.
Speaker,
I think
Mr. Speaker, on a point of order.
Dr. Phillips, hold a minute. Let him, Dr. Wheatley.
On a point of order, the member is misleading the House. I have criticized no civil servant. I have simply said that the fact that a minister can appeal to a prime minister to reassign a permanent secretary is an indication of the fact that ministers have historically borne some responsibility, an accepted responsibility for the good order of affairs. And if they feel a permanent secretary is not managing, they can do so. To the contrary, if ministers bear responsibility and accept responsibility as the ultimate superintendent of affairs in their ministry and things go awry, they should resign. That's the honorable thing to do.
Mr. Speaker, I think the member is confusing responsibility or being responsible with fault. I'm a responsible minister.
Okay, well, any comments on the Q&A before we go back to the other issues?
I think that, you know, the question was endless. And the answer did not. The answer was confusing in that it did not address any aspect of the question. I can't make sense out of what is happening.
I can agree with you 100%. I'm a little disappointed in terms of the PNP would have had, let me not say the PNP, the opposition would have had weeks running up to this. And this is what you come and perform? I'm telling you, I'm sorry. If the PNP was looking to get political mileage out of this, what's going on is going in the opposite direction. Because they're not looking good at all. They're looking weak. They're looking as if they have no leadership in terms of a platform of ideas as to the strategy to deal with Wheatley, because Wheatley has evaded them for weeks now, has made them go around the bush for weeks now. So I'm a little disappointed the opposition is looking like a dead, lame duck at this point in time.
I expected Paul to answer the questions.
But to pick up on an off-air point you made, though.
Sorry, just to make the point, a number of the opposition members did ask questions. I zeroed in on the opposition leader because he was the one asking about responsibility, which is essentially the focus of
and he says, I'm a responsible minister.
Right.
But saying about fault.
Quickly, though, if there were a negligence issue that the opposition wanted to push, they ought to have built a solid case of evidence.
Absolutely.
Rather than relying on rather weak legal type questioning to have the minister implicate himself. But I just want to quickly say on air, though, I am here to discuss a little bit more than Petrojam and its troubles. Public administration is in serious difficulty.
Yeah, but before we reach that, let's finish with Wheatley and the half firing, though. So, as you yourself referred to it. So let's finish with this particular issue. Was it the right move or not?
It is not a half firing. It is not even a firing. It is a portfolio reshuffling. Wheatley is a full member of the cabinet. Will Wheatley sit down there and adjudicate when the report comes about Petrojam? There is a thing called collective responsibility. Wheatley is part of that. What has happened, Wheatley has assumed no ministerial accountability for what has taken place.
Absolutely.
The Prime Minister has bowed to public pressure. Neither he nor the opposition have mobilized any clear set of evidence for their course of action. The weight of street politics, I think, has pushed that decision. So it's hard to say whether it is a wise and appropriate decision. I think the Prime Minister is trying to rescue himself and his cabinet and to continue the government.
But if you look at the wording of that statement from OPM very carefully now, it's not the Prime Minister really, it's Dr. Wheatley.
I want to comment on that.
Dr. Wheatley agreed
with the Prime Minister.
Which
Can you imagine that?
makes it even weaker.
Yes, can you imagine that?
And far less.
It could be a function, and let's hope it's a function of the writer, the person who actually did the statement.
You know, I tend to assume that people who write these statements choose their words very
But the release statement came with the official approval of cabinet. Yes. This is not the news reporter interpreting. It's one of the points listed by...
I accept all of that.
So if they release it improperly worded,
well, it's their baby.
We have another ministerial responsibility to account for.
Well,